please. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining me. If you join me, just say hi to me, please. Welcome, welcome. Thursday night. Let's see if this is. Welcome to our Christmas live, or just before Christmas. My name is Angela. I'm the owner and creative energy from Elfen und Helden. So welcome to Let's Bring Color to Our Lives. Hello, Vera. So now we're going to work on this upside down piece. Hello, Isabel. Thank you for joining. Where are you watching from, Isabel? Just let me know. So I'm the owner and creative energy behind Elfen und Helden, also the German distribution for Dixiebill and for Would You Bend. When you join me, just say hi to me and let me know where you're watching from. Stay tuned. Again, tonight you can win something. Also in the live I've just done before. Hallo Mafalda, schön, dass du da bist. Ah, Portugal. Portugal. How's the weather there? Hi, Nina. Hi to Spain. Hi to Spain. So, ready for Christmas? We do have like warmer temperatures. Last week we had about 10 degrees minus. Now we have, just ready for Christmas, 10 degrees plus, which is very strange as well. So, let's put my coffee to the side. This is a drawer cabinet, which I've turned upside down. If you can do that, hello Isabel. If you can do that, obviously when you have a bigger piece, that's not working. But if I have smaller pieces, I like to turn them upside down so I get like all the areas, you know, especially when it's like there's details like this, so you can catch all the details and paint them. And the frame, the base, has got like the barn red, and we're going to work on the sides later on. But now I'm going to show you something. Those feet. Let's bring this over here. First of all, without dropping everything on. So, there you go. So, my friends, I have a question for you. Here they are. I have a question for you. Why did they do this gap with those feet about 50 years ago? This is a pretty old piece of furniture. It is, you say in German, oak brutal. Why did I do those gaps? Let me know. Do you know? Do you know why they did that? Say yes or no. I just want to know. Do you know why they did that gap? Just answer with yes or no. I reckon this is about 50 years old, this piece. I reckon it's about 50 years old. Nina says no. Anybody else? Anybody knows why they did that gap? I guess you don't know. You just don't want to say. I'm telling you why they've done that. So we can add a nice Would You Bend trim around it. That's the reason they've done that 50 years ago. Just kidding. Just kidding. You know me. I'm stupid tonight. My apologies. They are very common over here. I have a few pieces with those funny round legs, but none with those with this gap in between. So I was thinking, because that's, I don't know, I'm not very impressed with it. So I'm going to use the trim 37. I'm just going to show you. Very pretty Very pretty trim, and I'm going to, you know, just to add a little bit of interest. So get it closer a little. Oh, excuse me. So for those who don't know the woody bands, the trims, they're about 2.15 meters. They come in a coil like this. And the amazing thing about them is when they are cold, they are in a solid state. And when they warmed up, they get nice and flexible. What do you say to my reindeer head, whatever thingy? They get nice and flexible, so you can bend them around surfaces and everything. And you can cut them also when they are warm. And I'm going to use them just around here. That's a decision I made after I started painting it. You know me, I changed my mind quite a few times. As I said, trim 37 that is. And I'm going to warm that up to get it nice and flexible. You can warm those up with a heat gun, with a hair dryer. Hair dryer is obviously a lot safer than a heat gun. And you can also use an embossing gun. You can put them on acrylic or something like that. Everything works. I'm using a heat gun for now. Those are actually, I've laid it on here. Those are those back plates. The woody bands are basically coming nowadays. So you see, gets nice and flexible. Oh, this is now a tricky one. Let's see. So I'm first going to measure that. You can paint the woody bands before you apply them. You can paint them after you've applied them. So I've got that here. I'm going to cut that to size. Go. That's the first one. I'm going to do that in all 4 legs. Obviously, when they cool down, they get back into a solid state. Very concentrated here. And when they are in a solid state, you can obviously also break them, but you can rejoin them. So, gotta warm that up again because I can feel it gets a little stiff. Just for speeding up, I'm just cutting all 4 thingies. All 4 thingies. Do that on the back here. So sometimes you need a third hand. I haven't got at the moment, but I will be okay. So, see, just take that off. Number 3 and number 4. Stiffening up, but I'm gonna get it. I'm just gonna get it. So, all 4 done. Okay, don't worry. Nothing happened. Put the rest to the side. I don't need at the moment. Keep it in a coil, you know. So Hadamayan, keep them in a coil, and you apply them with wood glue. Good quality wood glue. So let's start with applying them. Let's see. warming it up again, just to get it flexible again. It's a bit of a tricky. So I'm using the Tide Bond Quick and Thick. This is my favorite wood glue I'm using. And make sure you have it nicely covered on the back covered of your trim, piece of trim at the moment. So the thinner the wood event is, and it is pretty cold in here because I just had the door open as I was working with no paint gel stain on our little monster. You can use a brush to apply the glue. I just done it with my fingers. And every wood glue which is basically squeezed out on the sides, I'm not worrying about at the moment, as it will be careful with your fingers when you warm it up. I'm just having it in my hand. As it is water based and you can just wipe it off with wood glue. So obviously the seam I'm going to have a little further into the inside. And just going to like this. Just get the main glue off. And you can paint those before or after you've applied them. Get nicely in this gap. So there is a little lip. I'm going to cut that off. Nicely in there. Even you won't see the seam when everything is on. I still want to do that. So now I have it like basically in place. I'm still going to go back around and warm it up because I really want to push it into that gap. If it gets nice and flexible, you can easily do that. So it's not going to go anywhere afterwards. You go all the way around. With me, hovering around like a, I don't know what you call it, like a rabbit maybe. So it's still a little long. As this was going into this gap now nicely, I'm just cutting off a little, just a tiny little bit, just to join those. Now that's perfect. That's leg number 1 done. So already looks different. Number one. Guys, if you have questions, leave them in the comments. If you want to sprinkle this live, I'd be very happy if you do so. Very happy. So second one. Apply my glue. glue. Sometimes when I work with trims or when I work with the longer trims, I apply my glue to the project and then I add my trim. Glue all over my fingers. So start somewhere. As I said, I want to have the seam going to the inside. Even when you push them really nicely together, you won't see the seam at the end. But even so, it's a little easier to work for me on the front now. I can really push it into this gap now, as the mold is really nice and flexible. And I'm going to work my way around now. It's now into place. Don't worry if your glue dries in between. Wood glue, you basically reactivate it when you heat it up. I've just got a baby wipe here. Just to take, and the glue is drying clear later on. It's drying clear. Well, you want to push it into that gap. So it's not gonna go anywhere anymore. And it really looks a lot nicer than it did before. Just take my excess glue off here. So there again, there is a lip. You can't see that, but I can't move the camera around there. I'm sorry, guys. Oops. I'm going to cut. So now I usually say keep your spare bits, but obviously that's a bit I'm not keeping. So who is in Christmas mood, my friends? Who is in Christmas mood? Let me know. So you can paint the woody bands before you apply them. You can paint them afterwards. So obviously, those ones I will paint afterwards. So get the last two done. As my glue is incontinent. Anybody still there, guys? Let me know when you're watching. Say hi to me. If you want to win, you've got to comment. You've got to like the video. If you sprinkle it, it makes me very happy. Makes me very happy. There's a reason I'm here. So I'm just applying my wood glue. Nicely around my trim. And doing the same thing. Glue all over me. That's per usual. That's per usual. So. So I'm gonna start. As this is a very thin one, you can heat it up quickly. So when you work with a heat gun, you've got to be careful because obviously I want to have it a little more to the inside. The seam not where it's to be seen. The seam where it's not to be seen. Now I've got it. So and when it's nice and soft, you can really push it into that gap. It's a little wider. So therefore I'm working a little in sections. It's very hot. It's very hot. It's very hot. What are your plans for Christmas, guys? Tell me. What are your plans for Christmas? I'm a dwarf. I'm a dwarf. So when it's nice and soft like that, you can cut it easily. As I said, those bits and pieces I'm not going to keep. Hold that up. I want to stretch it a little together. So, go. And when they've cooled down, they're staying basically in the shape you've basically pushed them to. And the last one now. Last one at the front. And then you can paint them basically straight away. You don't need to wait. You can't harm them. You're not, I mean, you've seen how hard I push those down. You can't harm the details or anything of those. So guys, as I said, if you want to win, I'm going to show you in a minute when I have clean fingers and everything on there. Before I start painting, I'm going to show you what you can win tonight, which is transfer from A1, which was a joint venture from Mint by Michelle and Grace on Design. Edge, push it nicely in, and then working my way around. As I said, you can use a brush to apply the glue, but I have to do it all the time anyway. Anybody still there? Somebody talk to me, please. Talk to me. So working my way around. Working my way around, pushing it nicely into that gap. I don't want to have it. And that's it. Cut it off. down, cut it off, push it down, and let it dry. So those edges from the gaps, I'm just sanding down a tiny little bit. I mean, you won't see them, but that's just like a nice finish, so you don't see the see that anyway when you've painted that, and it's going to the inside of this piece. So as I said, when they are cold, you can work with them just like with normal wood. You can sand them, you can drill them, you can saw them. Obviously when you have a fragile piece, you can break them, and when they are warm, you can bend them around any edge you can think of. So I'm not worrying that I've basically just knife like in the glue. Close that. It's good thing wood glue is water based. It's good for messy people like I am. Probably have it all over my phone in a minute also. Hi Ember. Good to see you. Somebody's talking to me. So guys, if you want to win, the more you comment, the more chance you have to win, guys. So you should know that by now. So if you're quiet, only leave one comment. That might not be the case. So what's the time? Now I'm just going to paint those in caviar. I'm going to do is just going to, because I don't want to have the caviar now on all the legs, just instead of using tape, I'm just using this wrapping cling film I have. Stretch it nicely around, and as this is you know, with those legs a bit of a weird shape, I like to do that with this cling film wrapping stuff, so I'm not getting it all over the legs. That's it. It's fine. Quickly done. Hi Ally. That's good. Oh, Ember. But I'm ever so grateful you're there. I'm sorry I can't ship overseas, you know. But Dixie Belle is doing loads of giveaways in the US. So for sure you'll have a chance to win there. I would love to do that, but somewhere I have to stop. Okay. I do need the brush. I want to have, as I said, this piece is going to be in barn red, in where do I have a molding brush? Bear with me, I'm looking for my I can't find it. I usually like to use my okay. There it is with barn red. There it is with barn red. And now the other one I have with my Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. So chalk mineral paints by Dixie Belle, mix them up nicely. Water-based, VOC-free. I'm just using my flat small at the moment to apply that around there. That works also nicely. I'm spraying it just with some water, and then I'm just grabbing a bit of paint and hang on. Start at the back. This will be the second coat for the legs. Obviously, with the molding on there, that one is getting the first coat now, but you can see the coverage is really, really good. And the moldings, they basically, as I said, they behave like wood, so they are open pores, and you can even paint them with stain, you know, as they are pores, and as they soak in the stain also. And I don't need to be gentle now because I have the cling film around the legs underneath, or around the body underneath, so I can really go for it. No, 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 no. You're not getting loose. Not getting loose. Behave. I think I may have to tape that down. Nobody moves. That's having his own mind back there. For whatever reason. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. No, there you go. So as per usual, I'm just taking the paint out of the lid. For those who follow me, I had old steps. I've been shaking up the paints beforehand. But when I just started, I didn't, you know, I'm a messy painter, guys. I'm one of those messy painters. But that really got back to me. From not cleaning the lids, they got stuck a lot of times. So my neighbors didn't really like me because I kept banging. I mean, you can get those open when you bang your jar upside down on the floor. But obviously, that's not done without any noise. So my neighbors didn't really like that. Cool. So they are painted pretty quickly. As I said, I will check those legs from they're finer from the bottom side. When this piece is turned around, there will be some areas checked out underneath. Let's see, I missed the spot over there. I'm just gonna go in like this. It helps when you move around your piece. Sometimes laying on the floor also. Furniture painters know you have like all weird positions. It sometimes helps also when you have a very intricate piece of ornament from wood you meant to spritz it a little bit with water so the paint is a little thinned and moves easier into those gaps. But for now, I'm just making sure I have all the bottom areas. And as I said, when I've turned it around, I can see the top of the molding a little easier and do the same thing. But that's how you can easily, there's a fluff I can see, which is not supposed to be there. There you go. You can, you know, change how easily. Hallo, liebe Uschi. How are you? Wie geht's dir, liebe Uschi? So I'm going to bring you a little closer so you can see what we've just done now. I was wondering what you meant, Amber. I was wondering what you meant. So you can't really see it now. It'll really be seen when at the end, you know, when it's all finished and basically there will be some gold on there and things, and you will rewind. You really will see the details. Let's see. Some areas I've missed over there. Ready? The rest looks pretty good for now. As I said, this will be turned around anyway, and then I can check the top area of the legs. The top area of the legs. So make sure I have almost everything around. As I said, turning your projects around helps a lot. Just use some cling film and wrap it really tightly around those necks. It's easier than taping them off at the moment. So let that dry. Let that dry. I'm sweating. It is warm. It is warm. Guys, 3 people watching. I mean, where are you all? You call them feet. Some coffee. So what are your plans for Christmas, guys? Tell me. Tell me. Oops. Tell me. Sweating. It is warm. Shall we work a little on the legs? On the legs. Amber, you really got me there. Keys, legs, feet. Completely gone. No, Nina. You know me. I'm not really into those things. I just sort of have to get a little bit into the Christmas mood now. For you. Just for you guys. What do you think? I've got that on Amazon. It is wonky by now because I'm not used to that. It is wonky. So, okay, I'm going to show you what you can win. Maybe that's going to get you going. Please sprinkle this video, guys. Please. So, there's in the draw, there is a transfer from A1. This is from, thank you, Mafalda. It's from basically the joint venture which we had from Grace on Design and Mint by Michelle, which is not there anymore. So you can choose tonight if you win from the Peaceful Poppies, which is that one, or you can have the Fall into Whimsy with the sunflowers, or you can have the Folk Elements, which is this cute with those birdies and things. So they are in the draw. What you have to do is like the video, Mafalda, like the video, hit a thumbs up or send me some hearts, and comment on the video. The more you comment, the more chance you have. You can basically comment till midnight and like to midnight to get into the draw, and tomorrow I will draw the winners. And you can win on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. You know, if you won on one channel, you'll be taken out from the draw pot for the other channels, so the others have a chance. Also, if you are the only one who comments on the other channels, because I don't know, I can do what I want. It's like I have so many followers, and the people watching, maybe I'm so bad, I don't know, that people don't like watching me. So there's only a few people watching, and if you're the only one commenting, you're the one who gets the prize. So therefore, I really appreciate if you sprinkle this video also. Okay. 45 minutes. Shall we quickly do the draws? Quickly do the draws. I'm just going to let that dry. Just going to put my brush into the water. I'm just going to get my rest of the paint from the lid back into the jar, because I don't want to waste too much. And I'm going to clean the lid after the live. Just gotta get the black of my fingers now. You see, I work a lot with my fingers with those paints. Don't have a problem as they are water-based, they're VOC free. Anymore, put that to the side. Bonsoir, Michelle. Oh, Nina, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. So those are the draws. We're working on the draws. The plan for this project is, I'm going to put you down. The plan for this project is we're working with barn red, we're working with honky tonk red, because I want to have at the end a mixture of both colors basically. And then there will be a wash with black, with caviar, and maybe eventually a little bit of the Gulf. We'll see. It's going to be a little grungy. So I had yesterday, I put out the question if you would like to see, the. I'm hungry, guys. I'm hungry. Oh, sorry, lost my head. I've lost my head almost. If you wanted to see reds or blues, where on old channels the choice was made for the red, so this one is going to be red. So I already done, you know, our little monster with that one. So I keep my brushes in. In a plastic bag, just to, I've used it earlier also to paint the body of that piece. The body of that piece is painted in barn red, and the honky tonk red, barn red, the honky tonk red. I'm just pouring a little more paint in here. Don't need much. That should be about fine for all the draws. And honky tonk red is really bright. I just want to have a little bit of shading. I don't want to have like going to need even less of the honky tonk red. Honky tonk red is really bright. I'm gonna hold them up next to each other so you can maybe see the difference pretty nicely. So those are the two colors I'm working with. I have my Mr. bottle. I have my I have my mini brushes. I like to work with the mini brushes, even this is a small surface. And I'm first laying down, I'm spraying my brush. It's already covered in paint. Add a little bit of the barn red. And this is the second coat now, guys. So I've done yesterday the first coat. And then I've taken, and I'm applying the barn red all over the drawer. You can mist your project, you can mist your brush. I like misting my brush because that, like that, I'm not getting any drips or anything onto my project. So, there we go. And reds and blues and yellows are the most difficult colors for coverage from the pigments. But you can see with two coats, you're absolutely fine all the way around. So now I'm going to take another brush. This is a clean brush. Spraying it a little bit with water just to get it damp. You know, it's not about soaking it. I just want to have it a little damp because it's dry. Just dipping a little into it for the honky tonk. And just gonna go in the middle. This is not going to be like a huge difference, but at the end you will see a little, just like a little bit of shading. And when you do blending, I mean, this is basically already it, you know, when you do blending, it is always easier to, when you choose colors which are pretty close to each other, and you move them into each other. There's different ways of blending. For this technique or for this project, I've chosen to cover everything in my base color and then come in with my honky tonk red and just do it like that. So the middle is a little lighter than the outside. That's it. Draw number one done. Draw number two, do the same thing. As I said, you can mist your project, you can put paint on your, There's my baby wipes. Just clean it a little. I don't know. Terrible this. Terrible this paints. So I like misting my brush. I sometimes do it different, but apply my barn red. As I said, second coat this is. Now always use very little paint. Very little paint. A little goes a long way. If you have the biggest jar from Dixie Belle, the 32 ounces, which is almost a liter. This lasts for 14 square meters with 2 coats of painting. And less is more with those paints. You don't need, I mean, you can see it's the second coat and the coverage is just, it's just perfect. I'm going quickly. You don't need to use loads of paint. Same thing. Spraying that again. I want to have it a little damp. just grab a little honky-tonk red, not much. Lay it down, just move it in. And this is just giving it a little bit of shading. I don't want to have more. I want it basically at the end that you just see, depending how the lights hit it, that it looks a little lighter in the middle. Draw number 2, done. It's almost just like a little bit of highlighting. 2, 5 draws. Let's see. Draw number 3. Don't drop it again. On red. Ooh. On red. Those paints are self-leveling. You could see that there's like a really smooth, it looks really smooth, the first coat. Self-leveling means that those paints, and this is also different to other paints, during the drying time, the brush strokes level themselves out. This gives you a really smooth surface. I like to pour it out into my lid. Oops, that was far too much. Pretty good lighting now. I'm not really seeing the shading, but I can see where it's wet. The nice thing about the chalk mineral paints I'm using at the moment now also is that the color they dry in is exactly the color they appear when they are wet. So you exactly know what you're getting. So come in with the honky tonk, spray it a little, get it wet, grab the honky tonk. Put it down, just move it in. Like in with other projects, I lay the colors next to each other. With this one, I basically add them on top. And that's very, very quickly done because those two colors are very close together. I'm just going to give like a quick, very quick shading. Same thing will be done to the sides, but we're just going to do the draws now. I will throw that eventually on the floor. So the chalk will probably, but I may rethink it. I was thinking doing it in black, but maybe I keep the wood. I'm not quite sure. It is in a good shape, so I will think about it. Quickly painting over the sides here again. All there's like loads of details on those draws. So Lots of details. Everything. Long strokes to the end. Grab my honky tonk. Tiny little bit, same thing. Just add it on here. Mix it into the bun. So, and I'm hardly touching the surface. I always do like really light, like butterfly kisses. Butterfly kisses. Last one. Last one. So next week we will continue this. I want to get that finished. This is my last project for this year. This is not going to be very thousands of things. There might be some stenciling on the sides. I will think about that. I'm already on an hour, guys. I'm taking up your time. I'm taking up your time. But that's the last one. I'm glad you're here. If you haven't done it yet, guys. Oh, and if you have questions, guys, even if you watch replay, you can obviously put those in the comments. Cut sides. Okay. I'm happy you do, Vera. I'm happy you do. Oops, that was too much. That was too much. Chunk in the middle. And if you, like here, I've messed a bit up on the outside. I'm just going to come in with my on red. Clean it a little up. Don't have it that much. That's it. Finished. Draws all done. Don't know. You can't really. I mean, I like doing. I like it when you basically look at a piece and you have and you need to look twice to see all the details. I don't like those damn things where it's like everything's done and finished. Is my hair still fine? Is my hair still fine? My lovelies, I'm thanking you so much also for your support this year. This is ever so kind and so sweet. You're so important to me. I really appreciate that very, very much. Again, you can win if you comment, if you like this video. You can choose one of those 3 transfers, between one of those 3 transfers when you've won. And well, I'm wishing you lots of luck for winning. I will draw the winner tomorrow. And I'm going to be here next week. This will be our last live for this year. So I'm wishing you for now lovely Christmas. Stay safe and healthy. Have loads of fun with your families. Have a couple of drinks, loads of biscuits, and enjoy yourself. And I hope I see you next week. Thank you so much, Vera. You take care, guys. You take care, guys. Ta-da. Bye.